welcome to Old Ass Movie Reviews. I'm Scott, and there's Dave above me. Today, we're going to step away and become Old Ass Rants and Reviews as we discuss the local Coastal Wrestling Federation show, Voltage, that we caught last night. We try and go every month here in the Pensacola Panhandle to see CWF and the shows that they put on. Always a good time. So let's get down to the match breakdown of what happened last night in this. You'll have to forgive us, folks, because we do not follow as close as a lot, so I can't tell you a lot of backstory or storylines that are developing with this since seeing live. I miss the commentary coming from Donnie Harris and Drummond. But we started that match with Shark versus Derek Darkson. Was it?
Darkson, I believe it was. And the Shark is Cruz Rivera. Who's
a referee.
Cruz Rivera is also a referee. And Dirk is one of their cameramen. So
yes, he was running camera last night.
They're working their way up and doing wrestling, which is funny because the one kid, I don't remember his name, the one referee, I asked him last night whether he had any other matches.
The one with the big afro, the glorious afro.
The really good kid who can just,
always gets beat up. Poor guy.
Well. But he said he didn't know when his next match was going to be. And I was like, oh, man, that stinks because that kid's pretty good. I like him. But to this match, Cruz Rivera, who is also known as the Shark, did a pretty good job. Dirk Darkson is a big guy. I mean, he's
size-wise,
outweighed Cruz by about 60 pounds, I'm guessing.
Easily. And that was just it. You had a size difference. But I have to commend these two guys real quick because I'm watching. I knew instantly who was the face, who was the heel, and who to get behind. Yeah. So they did enough storytelling without telling me anything. So I knew who to get behind pretty quick. So good job to those two. What surprised me about this match, this was just a quick warm-up match. Usually, it's just a way for people to get the experience and get more. But Shark's move, how he reversed, I forget what exactly happened, but he reversed it into a DDT and took out.
They called it a Sharknado. It was
perfect.
I watched through the thing, so I could hear a little bit of the commentary. And they called it a Sharknado.
It was
beautiful. And I died laughing. I was like, what a perfect name for that thing.
It was perfect. It was a nice move and showed this guy's been working on his move. Very good. Great way to start the show, And
Derek was really good. I mean, for a guy who's so big, you would think he wouldn't be able to be as smooth. His moves were really smooth. Yeah. And you wouldn't think that he'd be able to move like he did because, I'm a small guy and I can kind of willow my way around stuff. But he did it like he's a smaller guy. And I was really impressed with him too. I'll be honest with you. And
absolutely.
He plays the heel really well, but he wasn't subtle. Like over the top being a heel.
No, it was
a very subtle heel. And I thought, that's kind of cool. I like that.
It was really hard to figure him out because he came out with the shirt that said, "I love Mom." And I just died laughing. Yeah. It's like, it was just so odd that it worked. And just his facial expression is, you know what? Right. I think he's got something. He's got something. He's got something working there. Well, I'd like to see where he goes with that character on that. After that match, we get to the main start of the show. And of course, it starts out with Rob Ocho coming out just being a jerk. And
Ocho's just Ocho, man.
Ocho is just Ocho. Go ahead.
I was just going to say my only problem, and it's just a small problem, folks, it is the sound is still a little off. In the ring, or when you're in there live, you can hear it a little bit clearer. But when I was watching it on YouTube and try and get the names and get the
it was hard to hear
pronunciations right, it was hard to hear. It's a minor thing. They fixed 90% of that from before.
Oh, great!
But it was just like one of those little things that I was like, it's still there. But Ocho going off on his rants is just. It's great because he plays such a good heel. He's so unlikable.
He does,
as that
but
character.
Here's what's wonderful. I like watching Rob Ocho just get torn up by a young girl sitting in the crowd. who was she was non-stop for 3 hours, but she was relentless on Ocho, and he couldn't hang, and it was great. He had to have Nathan Sims had to come out and save him because he's getting destroyed by this girl.
I love how Ocho will argue with a kid.
It's wonderful.
He will not argue. It's funny because he'll argue a little bit with the adults and older folks. But when a little kid starts insulting him, like he'll say, "Shut up," and the kid says, "Shut up." He says, "You shut up," and they'll go back and forth, and and it's so funny. That's a perfect character development for him.
I say he met his match last night with whatever her name is. She was wonderful.
Girl towards the end.
Yeah, that screamed for 3 hours straight. Yes.
Oh my God, that kid's probably got no voice today. But she was just giving it to every heel.
Oh, it was wonderful. Wonderful.
It was so great. And like you said, Nathan Sims came out. Nathan Sims, he shows up and he really riles up the crowd a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He
worked the crowd good. Yes, he
definitely
did.
knows how to work a crowd. And then
Briggs decides to come out.
Briggs comes out and just insults the crowd.
That's about typical.
The kids here, and this is very family friendly. That's what I like about this.
Yeah.
I do watch my language when I'm there, or I try to. Every once in a while, something will swear, but usually you have a kid or two.
Oh yeah.
Around you, so I try to watch my language just to be on the good side. And the kids there are more vicious than the adults.
Yes, they are.
They're not swearing, but they are tearing these guys to shreds. And it's funny because you'll hear one of the kids insult one of the wrestlers, and it's like the perfect insult. And the entire crowd will just start cheering the little kid.
Yes.
And it's so funny. It is just so darn funny. And then what I liked, again, you got Ocho, you got Sims, you got the Marshal all in the ring, and then Manimal comes out.
Yes.
And they all jump out of the ring as soon as he gets
there. See, Caden Marks is a great character. He's the Manimal is wonderful. He's a crowd pleaser. There's what's not to like. He's the good guy in this story all the time, it seems. Yeah. So I have a feeling at some point we're going to see him take a turn down the dark road, but
I hope not. I like Manimal
right now his nemesis is Briggs. Those two are destined to always clash.
That's fun.
Flo wins the fight with Manimal. That the way this whole thing started up is after this promo, it rolls into a fight, and the winner of it will be going and challenging Orion. We'll be fighting Orion, and it's for the Division I championship.
Well, here's something that we forgot is when Manimal's in the ring, those three guys start stepping in like they're going to attack.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then Flo and Jet Danger come running out. They slide into the ring, and everybody else scatters again. And it's like, okay, there's a good storyline developing here.
There is.
One that a year ago, I would have never guessed. I'll be honest with you. I would have never guessed it.
Well, no, and this is what's good because it's weird because watching last night, it's like here I am, I'm cheering on Jet Danger. A few months ago, I was booing him, and now I'm cheering for
Flo. Yeah, I mean,
Flo was growing on
Manimal, me. But when he fights anybody else, you cheer on Flo.
Right,
but
it's so confusing for me.
You're voting for Manimal. You're cheering on Manimal. It's like, wait a minute, what happened? How did you manipulate me in such an easy manner?
And I love it. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. You find something that hooks people, you do it, and we come and watch them. And you don't have a match without a story. You don't have it without the drama. You have nothing. You just have some guys slapping meat, and that just doesn't, without a story. Yeah, it doesn't sound right any way you put it. But anyway, with that being said, Justin Flo wins. But it cost him greatly because Briggs comes out and lays the beat down. Who didn't see that coming? Oh, you're going to fight later? I'm going to cripple you. Briggs can't seem to do anything clean. That's just his style.
Well, I think what happened was, if I remember correctly, Flo hurt his arm. He was going into a body slam, Manimal in the corner. Manimal moved. Flo hits his arm and flies out of the ring and then lands on his arm again. So he's got an injured arm already. He winds up through the fight, pinning, like you said, Manimal. And Briggs still comes out and still attacks him. Again, it's like, leaves him on the floor. just laying there, and then stands over him and taunts him. So that's like, typical Briggs, man. You're like, oh, I'd love to hate you.
Oh, I know.
And I don't want to give anything away, but I did talk to Marshall Briggs just for a minute before everything started, because I spotted him and I was like, that's unusual. You don't normally see him out here.
All right.
I had to walk over and talk to him real quick. All good, all very good. I liked the man. I liked the man.
Oh, absolutely. What's not to like? What's not to like?
The character.
Briggs is a whole different character than.
The Briggs is a monster as a boss. I would never want to work for that guy.
Who would work for this guy? He's horrible, man. He's horrible.
But it's funny because as you watch as you watch YouTube, their show, Donnie is the commentator. He's got always these really flamboyant jackets, the boots. And him and Darian Drummond are going back and forth, and he insults Darian Drummond. And I'm not even sure if the guy really catches like half the insults that he does. And they're all so subtle. They're all just like really subtle insults. And I never really noticed it before. I want to go back and listen to some of the other ones and see if he does it the whole time.
That's good.
Because the last night he was doing it like constantly to Darian. And I was like, oh my God, that is so funny that they were going, their banter is really good. It really is
good. That's
good. And Darian plays such a good heel.
He does.
I mean, he really, what a heel that guy is. And he does it so well.
But, really in this match, after Flo gets out and then Briggs has got him on the ground, he later distracts Manimal, giving Darian Drummond a chance to come in and beat up Manimal. Yeah. So it's like, here's how we start. You just get a beat down, and that's about typical of anything. Good way to start the show. We started really strong last night. Really so that was great. Then got to the sadness of the night. The Retro Rebels forced to fight each other. Again, who works for this guy? Why would you do this? Why would you go there? In the real world,
you would have lawsuits coming out your rear end if you signed a contract to not do this, and then this guy just tells you he doesn't. It's great. The drama, the melodrama is great.
That's exactly, the drama is the thing that makes this match. This was a hard match for me because you've got two guys that I really enjoy in the ring.
Right.
I really enjoy them together. There's no reason for them to be fighting. So it's up to Briggs to move the goalpost and to move it along and keep it exciting. This one had a twist ending that I did not expect them to pin each other. A double pin. Right. They didn't win.
Which disqualified both of them.
And they lost their title, and they're left there titleless.
And
Johnny and Desmond, you didn't deserve it. That's all I'm saying.
You get some comeuppance to those guys, man. you know who you need to tag up with? You know who you need to team up with over there? If you guys all get together, it's going to be a fantastic year's end. If this builds up to a nice, Valhalla moment where everybody's fighting in the ring, that would be so freaking tremendous. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I want justice for Johnny and Desmond.
Yeah.
This is unacceptable.
We should get shirts, justice for Johnny and Desmond.
Yeah, Retro Rebels.
The pop star, they're both stripped of their, like you said, their tag team.
They lost the tag team titles thanks to Briggs, such a fair boss.
It's just mean. It was a good match, though.
It was.
Here's the thing. It was a great wrestling match without cheating. And Briggs tried to force the cheat.
He tried to force the cheat by sending chairs out.
He had Ocho run out there with some chair, throw a chair in the ring so they hit each other with a chair.
Neither Johnny or Desmond were going to do it.
And everybody applauded every time they pushed the chair out of the ring. Everybody was applauding, like, yeah, don't do it.
Because that's it. Those are our good guys.
Yeah.
It was hard to see. That's why all of that was needed. And I don't know what Briggs is cooking to do this, to strip them other titles. I'm curious to see what type of development this leads to, what type of storyline comes in. They've got to see more tag teams through the CWF. And I know over the past year, we've seen quite a few guys come through. So it ought to be rather interesting to see who comes and, mixes things up a bit.
Yeah. I would like to see, this is just a minor thing, because I was watching some older matches, from the CWF, and I'm not sure how far back they went. And I think it was still all. It might have been right before he started the company CWF or right after he started, but I want to say he had female wrestlers in there.
There's a few that travel. Yeah.
I would like to see them bring in some of the female wrestlers because it would be interesting to see a tag team with, I mean, you get Manimal and another female, and then you get like, we'll say Ocho and another female and do a tag team that way.
Mm-hmm.
That to me would be mind boggling. I'd be like, that's cool. Nobody does that. I've never seen that.
They do.
Is that a thing? I don't know.
You don't watch current wrestling, but
No, I don't. So that's a regular thing. Okay, never mind.
It is.
I thought I had a great idea. What do I know? My sound?
Right.
All right.
But yeah, it's an intergender wrestling. What happens is when a female is tagged, the opposing team's female enters the ring. Only the women fight. Only the men fight.
Oh, okay. See, I would have it just whoever fights fights.
They do that too. That's not on WWE, but like Lucha Underground. There's some great videos of current pros like Penta and Chelsea Green going at it, and it's just amazing fights.
That's cool.
It's a little uneasy to go showcase entertainment of a guy beating up a woman.
Right.
So
no, I understand that. Like, so I do like the thought
they could do it. Yeah.
I do like the thought of if you tag the girl in, the girl from the other team has to jump in.
Yeah, and
but you get to hold them and they get hit still, then let go and jump out.
Oh yeah,
because you got to be dirty deeds if you're the bad guy, right?
They tend to let the women have extra hits on the men, or let them actually go at them and body slam them and everything else. But they never return the favor, it seems, which is okay.
You don't want to hurt. You don't want to be the guy that actually hurt somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to be that guy.
But yes, I would like to see female talent come through here, but I just don't know how. We're talking the indies, so I don't know how many are actually available and out there doing that. After that match, we ended up with the triple threat of Ocho, Nathan Sims, and Soko. Apparently, Soko has been around for a while. Used to be at CWF. I did not look up Soko's history. Soko was entertaining as hell.
They did talk a little bit about it. I just think it's funny that you can't put two villains in a ring. They will always double cross each other.
And they did.
Which is awesome because they did. Soko evidently beat Sims for a title at one point.
Okay.
And Sims has never forgiven him. That's what I got from watching.
Okay. All right.
Trying to warm up my memory again. And that dude, he's a big dude, and he's as strong as an ox. He picked those two guys up at one point and dropped them. And then he did it again a little bit later on in the round. And I'm thinking, how did he have any strength left? Because it's not like these guys are just, it's not like they're just standing there and taking it easy. All three of them are moving. All three of them are fighting. All three of them are, taking hits and falling. And about halfway through the round, probably 10 minutes into it, I'm guessing, he does it again. And it's like, how are you still able to pick two guys up that are probably 150, 180 minimum each?
Yeah.
I don't know how there's got to be a trick to it. I don't know the trick. That's why it's so damn impressive to me. Last night, there were the few throughout these fights to this point. There were a few times where I thought, wow, they really connected. And watching it on the video, I'm like, wow, that still looks like it connected.
It did. It did.
There's I'm sure there are accidents, but they play it off. If they really do get connected, they just play it off. I couldn't do it.
They do connect. They do connect. It's to sell it. They do get hit. It is, yes, we understand that it's not real. It is real. Every bit of it's real. It's just they're trying to put on an athletic show safely without killing each other, and as safe as you can. It is one of the most
tremendous stunt shows I've ever seen.
It is a stunt show.
Crazy athletic.
It makes me think I was watching an episode of Rivals, and it was with Triple H and The Undertaker, and Triple H was saying, never hold back when hitting me. I want you, if you're going to do a chair shot, you hit me, but do it safely.
Yeah.
But hit me. And it's like, just don't kill me. And we saw that last night. And I'll get to that. One of the sickest chair shots I've ever witnessed that I'm still
Twice.
Still cringing from that.
Twice. I felt it.
Flo, I hope you're okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but
that looked like it really hurt.
Back to Soko. This guy could work the crowd. He was good. Yes. He was entertaining.
Good guy.
I knew instantly that's who we need to be for. That's our good guy. And like you said, you get two bad guys in a ring, they're gonna fight. So Ocho and Sims, two hotheads, two egos. No, they couldn't let the other one win, and it cost them the match. Shocking.
No.
It was
no. Ocho wins that match.
Ocho won that match. Are you right?
Ocho won the match.
Ocho did win it. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
He pinned him. It was at like the last second, but he winds up winning. What's funny is Ocho and Sims are arguing, and they're like, pushing each other back and forth. Meanwhile, Soko's up on the ropes, and he's just watching him. He's like kind of leaning up the ropes, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm here!" And they both stop, and they're like, "Okay," good. And they go to attack him again, and it's just he's such a good wrestler, and again, he's a really big guy, and man, he was smooth. He was he's up there as far as moving wise. I put him in with Jet Danger, who was really good at moving around the ring.
Jet
really
can work a ring.
Moving around the ring.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what we ended up with next. Jet Danger and Curtis Wade. This is the second time seeing Curtis since I've been coming to CWF. Mm-hmm. Good heel. Jet is now, he's fun. He's fun to watch. He really is. He works the ropes well. He's quite acrobatic. He's fast. He's cocky. He's Jet Danger.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't know what else to say. This was a good match. This was fun.
I just want to go back to Nathan Sims real quick. Because Ocho wins and he's all mad that Ocho won. And I'm just sitting there thinking, I made a note to myself. If Nathan Sims treated Mama Sims better, he might have a shot. He might have a shot at a title. But no, you treat your mother bad. You yelled at her in public. Shame on you. There.
That's right, Nathan.
I said it. It felt like it needed to be said.
I agree. Treat your mama better. You might go places.
That's right. Listen to her when she tells you what to do. Damn, son. Okay.
I agree.
I had to get that out of my system.
No, thank you for reminding me of that. Yes, absolutely. Because he came out and he dissed his mama, told her to shut up right there. It's like, dude.
Then everybody, I think it was me and you and some other people were yelling at him like, "Don't yell at your mother."
Yeah, it's like, that was a cheap shot. That was an easy one for him to get the crowd mad at him. It worked. It worked. Don't you talk to your mama that way.
That's right.
But yeah, Jet Danger, Curtis Wade. That was a fun match.
And like I said, Jet Danger in the last probably 2 or 3 matches or 2 or 3 months, he's kind of been more on his own. That guy knows how to use the ropes. I was watching him last night, and then I rewatched it on the video today to see if I actually saw what I saw, and I did. There's one where he runs on the ropes. He hit one rope, cornered it, hit another rope, and then bounced off and jumped into Curtis Wade. And it was a good hit. It was. I don't, like I said, I don't watch other big time wrestling. So that's a good move. If he stole it, he stole a great move. If it's one of his own,
there's hardly any original moves.
Man, that was a good original move.
Yeah.
Because he ran on the line, right on the ropes. And I was like, it's impressive. I'd have busted my what if I
think we all would.
Like that. But yeah, I think Curtis won that. Yeah, Curtis won that.
Curtis won that one.
Yeah, that was I still think they missed. I only will say this. He should speak with an Irish accent when he walks out there because he looks Irish. I would have played up the Irishness of it, but that's me. That's just me.
He does. I get the same impression. And then here comes our favorite commentator, Darian Drummond.
Darian Drummond.
I love this guy.
Darian. Such a good heel. Such a good, unlikable guy.
Oh my God. I just love to hate him. And Jay Smiles, the walking red flag, another one I love to hate. Oh,
but the funny thing about Jay Smiles is you can still like him.
Yeah, but he's so cringy.
I mean? Like there's still something stupid likable.
Yes, I agree. But man, he's
he's supposed to be the heel, but he's a likable heel.
He's a weird character. He's a weird one.
That's got to be hard to pull off. Like I'm unlikable because I'm a heel, but you got to like me because I'm so, good at what I'm doing kind of thing. It's just funny. He's a good character.
So I can't mention Jay Smiles without Chris Mason, who obviously was all intent in continuing the feud from last time we saw them, where they wrestled all throughout the entire arena, outside, through the concession stand, and back for the entirety of the show.
Which brings up, what did we see 4 rows behind us?
A kendo stick stuck in the chairs that looked to be staged for some reason, but nobody came and got said stick.
And I was really depressed because I was ready with my camera. So as soon as we all discovered that it was laying there, we were like,
so
okay, everybody ignore it. Maybe somebody.
I really doubt a fan walked in with that stick.
No fan walked in. That was planted there. And I was just hoping that it was going to be Chris Mason. I thought for sure it was going to be Chris Mason and Jay Smiles again. I thought for sure they were going to get thrown out. And I was waiting. I'm like, okay, I got my camera ready. I'm ready to take really good close-up shots. And it never came. So something must have happened. The script got changed. I don't know. However they did it. Maybe they just didn't. Maybe they just ran out of time.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah,
something happened.
I was kind of depressed that wasn't taken advantage of. But I like how Jay Smiles jumps out of the ring when Mason shows up.
Yes.
He tries to run away.
They know, because it's like continuing that on.
The little girl, did you see the little girl on the little kid give Jay Smiles, at one point he's thrown out of the ring by Mason, and she gives him money.
Yeah, to pay off the ref.
To pay off the ref.
And the ref takes the bribe.
And I'm dying watching this because I could hear the kid yelling it, and he takes the money. He's like, okay.
And then he took it over to the ref, and I watched the ref put it in his pocket. It's like,
it was hysterical.
It was great.
It was hysterical.
I'm glad they played with it. They went with it. So funny. that was good. That was fun. That was
hysterical. And Mason he kicked the heck out of everybody in that match. And then what happened?
Manimal comes in and beats down Drummond.
Yeah, Drummond for a while is like hitting, they're tag teaming. Yeah. Mason and Drummond are tag teaming, taking out Mason. And Mason's down at one point, and that's when what happened, what you just said.
Yeah, Manimal comes in, beats down Drummond. Mason ends up winning this fight. Mm-hmm. This was a fun one. This was good.
Great. I love watching Mason win, though. I love to watch him wrestle because he just picks guys up. He's just a big guy. He'll grab somebody, and I know it's all safe. As safe as you can make it, okay? As safe as you can possibly make this. He'll grab somebody, it looks like he grabs them by their throat and their head, and he just slams them down on the ground.
Such a slam. Big choke slam.
Now, height-wise, I'm probably the same height as Jay Smiles. He probably outweighs me muscle-wise by about 20 pounds. Mm-hmm. Fat-wise, I outweigh him by about 30 pounds. but muscle-wise, that kid, I mean, he can't be super light. So to just see him get thrown around like that, I mean,
they make it look good. They make it look good.
Be able to stand up after you get thrown around like that is always amazing to me.
They take some serious bumps, and
they do.
So that brings us to the main event: Orion versus Flo. All broken arm Flo has got to come in and fight. Yeah. This led to what I said earlier: sick ass chair shot. Dude,
that was bad.
That was brutal.
Bad. Like, you've seen it coming too. You can see it from a mile away, and you're like,
that was so freaking loud. So, Flo, I hope you're alive today, man, or I'll be at your funeral.
Those bruises are probably no joke after.
No, it was not. It was not. These guys gave it their all. It wasn't the most exciting match of the night. I will say that.
Oddly enough, Orion came out, and he was really subdued. And I think that would have worked better. That kind of being subdued would have worked better halfway through the show, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's going to get nasty. That guy's going to get nasty, I think. I've seen him wrestle before. We've seen him. He's under a different name, I think.
The problem is, this show meets once a month to tell a story in a little tiny bit. So it's hard to build these rivalries and get this stuff. So I don't know. This was a good match. Don't get me
It
wrong.
was very good.
But after what we just watched, it felt like it needed a little something else, and it got there. It actually got there near the end. This match did pick up and did get moving. It was good. These guys put on a hell of a show. Not to take away from it, because my God, that chair shot, I'm never gonna forget hearing that one.
I think he got hit twice like that.
Yeah, it was.
He got
wow.
Twice.
Wow. And that cost Flo the championship. And now we have a new Division I champion in Orion, which interesting to see where this goes.
He's a good character. I mean, he's got the physique. He's got the looks. He's got like the little bandana around his eyes when he comes out. So it's a really cool look. This dude has got a cool look. I think he's going to amp up his energy as time goes on.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah. I don't know if he's new to the crew. I don't know if he's going to stay in CWF like a constant, like the rest of the guys have been so far. If not, it's a damn shame, because I'd like to see him get that energy, because I see him as a guy.
Well, he has the belt, so he's here for a while.
Yeah, so I see him as a guy who's going to build his energy as he goes.
Yes,
it goes on. You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to stay that calm. I think stuff is going to start. Yeah. Really taking its toll, where he's going to have to come out swinging right away. And I like that. I like building of a character like that. And
absolutely.
I think good way to go. And he's a good, like I said, he's a big, good looking guy. It's like, stop it. Get out of here. I don't need that kind of aggravation in my life. I'm old and fat. Leave me alone. Give me another hot dog.
Yeah. So overall, great show. Really appreciate everything these guys do.
They work their rear ends off for it, man.
I appreciate the entertainment, and it was great to see the Chamber of Commerce there last night, showing the outreach within the community businesses, recognizing that this is legit and this is something that a lot of people go to. The crowd last night was really good. It seemed to be larger, so happy to see what appeared to be more people checking out wrestling. I tell everybody I run into, go watch the show. If you love wrestling, you'll have a good time. You know, you really will. It's fun.
If you just like violence, it's good to see. And especially, like you said, if you like melodrama, you like the violence, you like the show,
you like the cheesiness, the stupidness.
It's all great. It's so well done. And these guys have, like I've said it before, they do nothing but get better at their job.
They do. They do.
Get more physically fit. They get better in their character development. They get better in their character. And it all looks so good. And it's getting to look better every time you see them.
It is.
And I'm a little jealous that those guys can do that stuff, and I'm too old to do that now. I'm like, oh no, I'm good. So, don't take anything I say too personally, and don't throw me into the ring, because I'll just probably,
like me, I'll break.
I might last a minute. I might last a minute.
Yeah. So there you have it, folks. We always recommend going to check out CWF, whatever show they're having in Milton or the surrounding areas. Like Pensacola seems to be the most two spots that they tend to land at. So,
which is good.
If you like our show, we try and put something out every week. We're doing movie reviews, talking about things. Just two old guys having a rant. So, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, and we will catch you on the next show, whatever it may be.